Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to introduce more than 8 new characters in this story by director J.J. Abrams that's going to be used in a way in order to evolve the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren in Episode 9. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, to me, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that not only will we be getting a lot of new characters that are going to have a lot of interactions with the sequel trilogy characters, as well as the legacy characters as well, which is really great. But the other thing that a lot of fans are really looking forward to is, of course, the group of characters known as the Knights of Ren, that we only got a glimpse of in, of course, Episode 7, The Force Awakens. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. So, the thing that's really exciting to me about the Knights of Ren is how mysterious they really are, right? Those characters really mystify me when it comes to their origins and exactly who they are, or at least, where they really actually come from. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very intriguing for the Knights. Now, specifically, a description of Kylo Ren sitting on his throne inside of his throne room, where it's described that all 6 Knights of Ren are returning from their mission to the Beyond, where it's described that it's been 1 year since they have seen Kylo Ren. The next describes one of the Knights taking off their helmet, that is said to be the lead Knight of Ren, which is a human male with black hair and a scar on his forehead. It's said that at some point in the first act of the film, it's revealed that the lead Knight of Ren was able to find the Beyond, as he is a descendant of one of the acolytes of the Beyond that rebelled and joined the First Order with the other Knights under Supreme Leader Snoke, before Kylo was Snoke's apprentice. It's described that Snoke used this particular Knight of Ren to explore the Beyond, and what the acolytes are hiding there, and what they are up to. So, I want to go over 2 of the biggest things about all of this, is that number 1, one of the Knights of Ren, specifically the lead Knight of Ren, is a descendant of one of the acolytes of the Beyond, and number 2 is that Snoke actually used this Knight of Ren in order to learn more about the Beyond. Now, this is a big secret for the Knights of Ren in my point of view, because when we look at Star Wars Episode 9, we do know that there are going to be a lot of revelations that are going to have a major impact on The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. And this by far, is JJ's way of explaining where the Knights have been during the events of Episodes 7 and 8. They were over in the Beyond. And for the longest time, we've been hearing about the Knights of Ren traveling to the Beyond, and it left me wondering as to exactly how would they even know how to get there. Well, now it starts to make sense, because one of the Knights of Ren, the lead Knight of Ren in particular, is a descendant of one of the acolytes of the Beyond, who rebelled against them and joined the First Order under Supreme Leader Snoke, and joined the Knights of Ren. In case you guys did not know, the Knights of Ren existed before Kylo was even Snoke's apprentice, so that's a really interesting fact. So, with that being said, we do know that the character of Nile Ren is what inspired the whole entire idea of the Knights of Ren. They're basically worshippers of Nile Ren, which is an ancient Sith Lord. But when we look at Episode 9 specifically, alright, we do know that the Beyond is going to be a very important piece to the story that's being told by JJ and Chris Terrio. And if you look at everything ahead here, we do know that JJ is really trying to make Episode 9 a movie ahead of its time, in a sense where they're going to be introducing next generation technology, they're going to be introducing all these different types of storytelling elements that have never been done before, and I think that's going to truly make this film stand out from any other Star Wars movie to date. Will it be better than any other Star Wars movie? That's a big question for sure. So, the Knights of Ren, alright, the fact that he's a descendant of one of the acolytes of the Beyond, it really does raise the question, is this particular Knight of Ren force sensitive? And not only that, I think that the biggest question of all that a lot of people have been asking is, of course, are the Knights of Ren even Luke Skywalker's, new generation of Jedi that were spared by Kylo Ren and taken away? Or are these just random people that we have never seen before? Now, at least this Knight of Ren has nothing to do with Luke Skywalker's Jedi, right? Because this one is actually said to be a descendant of one of the acolytes of the Beyond, which, by the way, are basically Darksiders in a sense. We do know that Matt Smith is going to be an acolyte in this movie, which is going to be a very interesting take on a Star Wars film. In my point of view, when we look at Matt Smith, he really can portray a villain. If you guys saw him in Terminator Genesis as Skynet, you can really see how he's able to harness the basic ability as an actor to portray a villain in Episode 9. So, the last thing that I do want to go over is that Snoke actually learned more and more about the Beyond, all thanks to this particular Knight of Ren in Episode 9, which is great because, this tells us what Snoke has been up to for years before the events of the sequel trilogy, and exactly how he was able to find out more about the Beyond, its location, and its power, and what it's truly capable of doing in Episodes 7, 8, and 9. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.